Hi and welcome to another Pick a Card general reading. So today we are asking Spirit what is happening 7 days from now. I think this is an interesting reading to do because it not only allows us to prepare for whatever change is coming, but it also gives us the opportunity to do our best to change that outcome. I think 7 days, we kind of underestimate how much can happen in 7 days. And this plays into the idea that what you put out there is what you're going to get back. So I'm hoping for good news, but as always, we only strive for honesty and clarity on this channel. So I have 3 groups in total. The first, they're all cactus pegs. I don't know what it is with me and laundry, but these ones are actually for your fridge. So the first group, you have this tall, light green cactus peg. Second group, you have this little, almost like a pickled pear. And the third group, you have this gorgeous dark green cacti. So once again, the question we are asking Spirit is what is going to happen 7 days from now? Take your time, feel free to pause the video now if you need to, if you need a little bit more time to figure out which group is yours. And when you're ready, check the description box below for the timestamps to join me in your reading. Hi Group 1 and welcome. If you chose this beautiful sort of light green tall cacti, it's almost like a young San Pedro or something, then this is going to be your reading. So the question we are asking Spirit is what is going to happen 7 days from now? This is sort of like a prediction reading, really. It's going to hopefully offer us insight. A lot can happen in 7 days. And perhaps once we know what is going to happen as well, we then have the opportunity to change that outcome if we so choose. So Spirit Group 1, what is happening 7 days from now for them? What is happening 7 days from now for Group 1? I just saw the Fool reversed, so we'll see what comes out for you. That's an interesting energy. Group 1, 7 days from now, what can they expect? Oh, we have the Queen of Wands as your first card. And it came out with the Two of Pentacles. Now, I was flashed the Fool card reverse. So for a lot of you, Group 1, there is an important decision that either you need to make or it's some sort of decision that is causing you to feel a little limited right now. I feel like you're in an incredibly inspirational, it's like a very attractive energy. The Queen of Wands is someone who is very good at manifesting via law of attraction, someone whose energy can bring in a lot of good fortune and bad fortune, but in the upright, it's more good fortune. So I feel like you're attracting something towards you, but an important decision needs to be made. 7 days from now, Spirit, what can Group 1 expect? 7 days from now, what can Group 1 expect? Oh, okay. So the next 2 cards that came out for you are the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords reversed. Now this card here, the Three of Pentacles, let's just focus on that for a minute. Three of Pentacles reversed can indicate someone who's needing private time. It might mean that you're collaborating with someone secretly, or it might mean that you're choosing time away from those who you're usually close with. You could be taking on a project alone. It kind of feels like you're wanting privacy though, and I don't think that you are alone. I think that you kind of want to break out of that. It's almost like you're seeking answers, because the Eight of Swords here reversed is giving me this feeling as though you're not wanting to be hopeless anymore. It's like you're wanting to take that blind off and you're trying to break out of this energy. You don't want to be a victim. You don't like that word. You don't want to take ownership of it. You're trying to gain information, but you're almost doing it secretly, discreetly. I do feel like some of you are collaborating with someone, but you don't want it to be public. You don't want to advertise it to the community. Whatever the community means for you, it could mean that you share acquaintances with the person you're collaborating with, but it's almost like you don't want other people to know. And it's almost like you think if you're going to share it with the world, it might not come true. It might not have the best outcome that you want it to. I do feel like you're doing well at the moment. With the Two of Pentacles upright next to you as the Queen of Wands, regardless of gender, you're in a very manifesting sort of state. You're naturally attracting a lot of good fortune into your life. I feel like you've been very aware of the energy that you're putting out there as well. I'm just looking at that black cat. It hasn't been easy. You definitely have had some bumps along the way, some causes for concern, and perhaps you're a little bit paranoid now, like, is this too good to be true? Surely it can't be this good. Like with that black cat, you're almost predicting something bad to happen next, but it won't. I feel like you've been working really well at sort of trying to balance your lifestyle and achieve things while also trying to have fun along the way. And if you haven't, then that's the energy that I'm picking up here. I do feel like some of you guys have been stressed about this collaboration. For some of you, it is romantic, but for others of you, it's some sort of project, and you are worried about meeting a deadline. Some of you feel pressed for time to achieve this goal. And it's like you wanted to ask for help sooner, but you didn't know where to get the help from. And now you feel like there's a weird sense of liberation here with this Eight of Swords reversed. It's like you're ready to take the blindfold off. There's still concerns, there's still fear, but you're not allowing it to limit you anymore. You're not wanting to be a victim to this situation anymore. Can I get any more information about what Group 1 can expect 7 days from now? 7 days from now, what can Group 1 expect? You have the Page of Swords, and this is coming out underneath the Queen of Wands. So Group 1, it kind of feels like you do have communication coming your way. Not always, I don't like to say that word, but I usually label our beautiful Page of Swords as someone who spies, someone who is investigating, who wants more information. But I would be remiss to not include the fact that this is someone who's desiring communication. It's a youthful, inexperienced energy. So I don't know if what I'm feeling is that you need more answers in order to simplify your current situation. I feel like you have a lot on your plate at the moment, and there are some things that you're trying to figure out. Well, should I drop this? Do I need to take this with me? And it's almost like you're investigating. With the Page of Swords, I definitely feel like someone is investigating you. I definitely feel like someone is keeping their eye on you, which is interesting because that was my last reading as well. So it'd be good, might be interesting for you to have a look at that as well. But what I'm really feeling with this Queen and Page combo, it's almost like a byproduct of your attractive energy. You're still investigating and you're wanting more information. You feel like you don't have all the answers yet, and you are wanting to drop something. You're considering leveling up and elevating because you don't want to feel hopeless, but you don't think you have all the information yet. I just want to clarify that Two of Pentacles, Spirit. 7 days from now, what is Group 1 juggling? What are they wanting to drop? Can we clarify that Two of Pentacles, please? Okay, so you're definitely trying to elevate. You're definitely trying to raise your vibration. You're very aware of your energy. You know that what you're putting out there is what you're attracting. And you are skeptical. You're worried that you're going to attract something bad, because I feel like you've had a good series of events lately. I feel like your fortune has been turning. And there's almost this little niggling voice in the back of your mind saying, surely it can't be this good. You know, surely there's going to be something now that's going to knock me from my pedestal. And really what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to overcome this pessimism. You're wanting to overcome this fear of loss. You're trying to focus on what you have and not what you have lost. But there is definitely something in your present that is still giving you this feeling, this question of what if. I feel like you may have the impression that you've lost this already, but it's almost being indicated that you haven't. Can you offer some clarity on this, Spirit? Obviously group 1 seems to think that they've lost it, but what is the truth of that situation? Spirit is indicating that you should be focusing on healing. They don't want to get into the truth of it. I don't think that's what this reading is for. I'm so sorry, group 1. But what Spirit is asking you is to continue to focus on your healing. Continue to focus on the healing the pain that this situation caused. It may have been a third-party situation for some of you. I'm only dropping that because this is a general reading. I don't want you to focus on that either, and Spirit doesn't want you to focus on that. It is important that you spend this time to remove those swords and let them fall from your heart. Spirit is indicating that your heart is definitely needing some more healing, because this beautiful situation that you've got yourself in at the moment, you're in a very attractive situation. You are manifesting good fortune into your life, but it isn't going to mean anything unless your heart is involved, and your heart can't fully be invested until it has healed. So definitely continue to evaluate your situation. It is only healthy and natural to take a pause, to remember, how far you've come, and to understand how far. It's almost, just without overcomplicating it, the main mantra that you should have in your head for the next 7 days is focus on what you have, not what you have lost. That is the main thing that Spirit wants you to do, is to continue to stay present with that Two of Pentacles. You do feel like you're juggling a lot, but I think you're doing really well at it. And it's important that you don't use this to sort of distract yourself, but certainly focus on what you have and not what you have lost. I feel like information is coming to you. I'm going to get oracle cards after, and we'll clarify what the overall advice is. But what can group 1 expect 7 days from now? Yeah, wow. There's a lot going on in the background for you, group 1. There is a lot going on in the background. We have the Five of Swords reversed. So this is an uncertain outlook, possibly reaching resolution, but it has something to do about that privacy. You want privacy. It almost feels like someone could be coming into your life to help you resolve this situation. I don't think if it was a significant person, they might have presented as a court card, one of the kings or one of the queens or another page, but for them to be showing, for this situation to be clarified by the Five of Swords reversed, I feel like it's going to be an overall conclusion that you've drawn. I don't think this conclusion is going to come from another person. I think it is going to be about you accepting what you have in terms of the information that you've been given, and knowing that that is all you need. Although you may want to understand more, although you may want someone to come forward, perhaps you want someone to apologize or explain this information further, that is all that you need for now. And I think that you're going to try to move forward with the information that you have. You're going to try to get resolution for yourself. You're going to try to have peace for yourself. You're going to seek moments of privacy. I still feel like you're collaborating with someone, but they haven't shown up really. They might be this page, but I don't see them here at this moment. In the next 7 days, you're going to personally decide that you want privacy and that you're going to make peace with whatever situation happened in the past, because that is what you need right now. And all the while, you have someone watching you, wanting to talk to you. So what's going on with this Eight of Swords reverse, Spirit? What can I expect? Oh, here he is. Sorry. I was feeling like a really strong energy, and I was wondering when they were going to come through. So I just said he because the Emperor embodies masculine energy, but it may not be. a male, so to speak. This is definitely someone who does appreciate control. It's coming through in two ways. Yes, it is somebody, but it's also a feeling for you, group one, a feeling as though your life has been controlled by the presence of another person or another situation. It's almost like you couldn't make any big decisions about this area of your life because you were waiting for more information from somebody else, as if somebody else had all the information that you needed. You kind of told yourself that you were making progress, and I firmly believe that you were. You're in a beautiful energy, you are. But there's definitely this underlying feeling. There's a lot happening in the background, and it was like this situation was controlling you. Now, what's beautiful about this group one is that 7 days from now, you aren't going to let this situation control you anymore. And for most of you, I don't see this person coming to the plate. I don't see them actually giving you the resolution, the peace, the information that you require. I see you, group one, liberating yourselves and saying to yourself, you don't have power over me anymore. That sounded oddly familiar. I think that's a line from Labyrinth. But anyway, that sounds like a line from Labyrinth. You don't have power over me. Anyway, that was a weird deja vu moment. But that is what is happening here, is 7 days from now, you're deciding that this situation doesn't control you. You aren't a victim. You hate that word. You don't want to be in that situation, and you don't want to give that situation your power. You're taking your control back, and you're accepting what you can't control, because that is a big part of it. And I do have a blog up on my website about the art of surrendering, which may be useful for you, group one, although I personally, I don't think you need it. It seems like you've been doing really well. And that's quite beautiful too, because your bottom deck energy is the Ace of Swords upright. So you are getting clarity, and it's almost like you had told yourself over here that you weren't experienced enough. You were racing. You were almost overflowing with desire to act upon something, but you told yourself you didn't have enough information to do so. And as this week unfolds for you, you're realizing that you actually are incredibly capable. You do have a lot of power. There's a lot of power in knowing how to juggle not only time, but multiple projects. And I feel like your life at the moment is quite busy. You don't necessarily need to simplify it, but you certainly need to focus on what you have and allow your heart to heal so that it can be more involved in these projects. You're deciding that you aren't going to get the information you need from other people. And so you're taking this moment that would perhaps need a collaborated effort, and you're deciding that you are going to have peace and conclusion and resolution within yourself. You're taking control back from something, a situation that has been taken from you for very long, and you're deciding that you don't want to be stuck anymore. You don't want to be helpless anymore. You're deciding that this situation doesn't have power over you anymore, and that you are the one who controls your reality through the art of manifestation, the law of attraction. You're putting it out there that you are taking your power back, and the universe is like, finally, now here's your sword. This is the clarity that you've been craving. And I think that you've had to do this before. I think that surrendering personally is an ongoing process that requires constant reviewing and monitoring. But I do believe that some of you were expecting this page to come through, and I don't know if they do. Group one, I think they may have chickened out for this to be reversed. The person you're expecting your answers from decided that they weren't ready to give them to you. They kind of hung back, and you decided that you didn't want to wait anymore. You decided that you weren't going to wait for somebody else to create your destiny. You weren't going to wait for this information. You decided that you had all the information that you need already in order to move forward. It was very frustrating for you. And whether this is romantic or not, this situation has been really just limiting your potential. It has been putting a pause button not only on your ambitions, but your creativity. I feel like you are very creative people, and you have a lot of inspirational sort of ideas. I think that this has been an incredibly frustrating process for you, and this is definitely the clarity that you need, but I'm going to get more information for you. So 7 days from now, what can Group 1 expect, Spirit? 7 days from now. These are the Moonology Oracle cards. What can Group 1 expect 7 days from now? 7 days from now. We have you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. This is nearly a full moon, nearly reaching a full moon. So Spirit is indicating that there are some powerful changes coming to your life, and you are being tested right now. You're being tested based on how you perceive. It's almost like there was a beautiful video on YouTube that I watched, and I think I will try to link it down below for you. It was about manifesting, and just when we're about to achieve our goal, we're sort of given another challenge, basically, and it's Spirit testing us to see how much we can carry. If we take that challenge and go, oh, this is a sign, I'm not going to get it, and we give up, then it's a sign to Spirit that we weren't ready. There's always a challenge before we reach our goal. And that's like one last, and sometimes it's very big, sometimes it's very big, sometimes it's very small. But it's aimed at challenging us, and it gives us the opportunity to prove, not only to Spirit, but to ourselves, how capable we are, how strong we are. And it's also a firm reminder that we're never given what we can't handle. We're always given just the challenge within our strength, basically. But we sometimes tell ourselves that we're not as strong as we are. We sometimes put ourselves in a victim mentality, not knowingly. Sometimes it just happens. Life gets busy. Before we know it, we're juggling all these things, and then we start to doubt our strengths. But you are very close to achieving a major goal, and it feels like it's linked with manifestation. I don't think that you've been actively manifesting it, but I do firmly believe that your energy is very attractive right now, and you're naturally, with raised vibrations, you're attracting something very big. Bottom deck energy is a fiery climax approaches. So that's interesting. Something very big is coming your way, and that's Aries, which is similar to the Emperor. It's about taking control back, understanding what you cannot control as well, and accepting responsibility for what you can, which is very much linked with the art of surrendering. I think you would benefit from that blog if you want to have a look at that on my website. Can I get more information for Group 1? What can they expect 7 days from now? There's one specific card in here. Dreams. Oh no, sorry. Details. Oh, this is... Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's so many little things in this card. So first of all, this is from the map. What is it called? The Enchanted Map Oracle cards. It was a beautiful gift, and I'm very grateful for it. Now this card is saying details, but I don't know if you can see in that magnifying glass, clarity, important notes. So there is definitely clarity coming to you. You are definitely receiving an important, it's almost like an epiphany for you, Group 1. It's an epiphany, aha moment. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Like, you're allowing yourself to come to terms with something that has really been limiting your potential and your creative nature, for lack of a better word. I feel like you have been just on this beautiful wheel of good fortune, and there's been this little niggling in the back of your mind that has actually been eating away at a lot of your potential, and you're finally liberating yourself from that. Spirit is indicating that you may have missed something. You may have overlooked a detail that was actually intended to give you this epiphany. And I think that throughout the next week, you are going to revisit that detail and go, wow, aha, it makes sense. I'm going to run with that. That is all the peace I need to overcome this challenge and to liberate myself from this controlling situation. We have metamorphosis, so you are definitely transforming. There are major changes happening. This was like your final challenge, group one, until the I mean, I don't want to say final, because listen, we're going to be experiencing challenges until the day we die, but this was like your last little hiccup until a major metamorphosis, like the last little issue within your chrysalis before you hatched into this butterfly. Can I get more information for group one, please? What can they expect 7 days from now? This is the Energy Oracle Cards deck by Sandra and Taylor. I will link that all in the bottom. Attachment. This is another 5, group one. Some of you have been low-key attached to this thing that has been controlling you. But you might be surprised to know that this thing was far more attached to you. This was a situation that was feeding off of your energy to the point where, whether it was a person or not, it became an entity. And Spirit is asking you to take that mask off now, to remove yourself from that situation. It's not to say that it's about surrendering. It's so interesting how you're literally hitting all the points of that blog, but people sometimes fear surrendering because they think that it requires you losing something in order to do it, and that's not actually the truth. You're just refocusing your energy because certain areas of your life have been lacking, and it's not to say that the thing that you're surrendering to is less important. It's just to say that you need to refocus your energy onto the other areas of your life that are lacking. So I do feel like you are attached to this situation, and I definitely feel that this situation is very attached to you. But you're going to learn in the next 7 days that your biggest challenge is surrendering to that, understanding what you can control, taking responsibility for that, while also accepting what you cannot control. And remember, you cannot control other people's actions, thoughts, behaviors, and feelings. Bottom deck energy in this is the second chakra, sacral chakra, Archangel Ariel. This is really playing into that fiery climax. This is indicating that you do have a lot of creativity, a lot of passionate energy that has been pent up, that is requiring release. Your body is craving a passionate release. Spirit is indicating that you should have a creative outlet for yourself because you have a lot of pent-up frustration. You may have a lot of sexual frustration as well. The second chakra, though, is a powerful resource. It's like the building block to your solar plexus. You need that passion. You need that creative inspiration in order to know how to move forward. And it's almost like all of that beautiful, fresh, creative energy has been turned into a slightly sour frustration now. And it's about clearing that chakra out so that you can move forward. So group one, Spirit, the final messages for group one. What can they expect 7 days from now? This is the Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell. What can they expect 7 days from now? Holy heck. They're beautiful cards to shuffle. Final message for group one, please. Oopsie daisy. Just one card would be marvelous. What card would you like to show group one today, Spirit? There's a lot of shuffling going around. Your message is very specific. What's the card for group one, please? Okay, that one. Take a break and trust your path. That's interesting. That was actually on Instagram as well. So trust your path, Spirit is saying. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? This card will always, to me, be a reminder that we cannot see the future, and it isn't our burden to bear. That is a massive responsibility. Spirit is also reminding us with this card that the beings that are guiding us, whether they be loved ones who have passed on, ancestors from other lifetimes, or angels who are tasked at preparing us for the journey ahead. All of these beings do see the path ahead, and they are supporting us to be successful in our journeys. Although we may not see the future, our beings that are supporting us do. Trust your path. Trust your intuition. We have take a break here as well. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. And this is kind of playing into that Two of Pentacles energy. There is a little bit of doubt here. There is this feeling that you get distracted by your daily routine. And I feel like you're coming into a moment that I feel like you do this quite regularly anyway, Group 1. But you're coming into a moment now where you're readjusting yourself. You're understanding that certain aspects of your life are lacking the energy required, whereas others are getting too much energy. It is definitely a time to reevaluate and refocus your energy. And remember that rest isn't for the weak. Rest is for the strong to recover and prepare for the journey ahead. So Spirit is indicating that the next week is going to be quite reflective for you. You are going to want to just burn all your energy out, but you should be mindful of where you are putting your energy, because some things are taking too much. It's about remembering what you can control and accepting what you cannot. Bottom deck energy is Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And that is definitely right. With the Queen of Wands energy here, this is a very powerful card. And I don't know too much about lights, starseeds, sorry. I wish I knew more. But what this card for me, intuitively, it's saying that you are helping raise the vibrations of everyone that you encounter. And while that can be very good for you because your fortune is turning, with raised vibrations we attract equally raised outcomes, it can also be very draining. So it's a kind of a reminder about your energy that we were talking about before with that take a break, but it's also playing into this attachment card here. Something has definitely attached itself to you and is taking energy from you. So you're doing an incredible job, and the next week for you is going to be about refocusing your energy and understanding where certain areas are taking too much and where other areas of your life are lacking. And you are going to reach some powerful conclusions before this massive fiery climax approaches. So very exciting, Group 1. You're incredible beings and you're doing very well. I wish you so much love and light on your journey, especially for the week ahead. Stay safe, look after yourself, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Hi, Group 2, and welcome. If you chose, oh, I just got so excited to see you. I'm not even looking at you, but I just got a beautiful rush of energy. Mind you, I'm still drinking coffee, so it could be that. Anyway, if you chose this beautiful, almost like a prickled pear cactus peg, then this is going to be your reading today. So we're asking Spirit, 7 days from now, what can you expect? I think that this could be a very powerful reading. It may reveal some things that we don't want to hear, but more importantly, it gives us the opportunity to try to change that outcome, which is a powerful resource of tarot as well. It's really important to remember that nothing is set in stone, Group 2. Our future is in our hands, and we can create our future by living in our present today. So it's going to be really interesting to see what comes up for you. Group 2, Spirit, what can Group 2 expect 7 days from now? I'm seeing some very interesting energy already in the cards that are shuffling around. We have Temperance and the 5 of... Ooh, okay. Temperance was reversed, but it's not supposed to be. So Temperance upright for you, as well as the 5 of Wands reversed. So I wrote at the bottom of this card, desire to make a decision. And really, what it feels like is that somebody is not wanting to rock the boat. It feels like something in your life, and the 5s will always, to me, be sort of like messages of challenges and potential change. There's a resistance here to this change because there's fear that it will cause arguments. And someone is being very tempered right now. Somebody's really holding back. They're holding their 2 cents close to their chest. They're being very mindful of the energy they put into that situation. And it could be you, but I don't know why it feels like it isn't. It feels like a third party, or a second party, sorry. I didn't want to drop that word. It feels like somebody else outside of yourself. The situation is being very tempered. All right, can we get more though? Group 2, what can they expect 7 days from now? Yeah, wow. The Chariot, but the Chariot's reversed. There's desire to move forward. There's desire to be motivated. Somebody wants change. Somebody wants resolution. No, it's not that. Somebody just wants to move forward. Sevens can be adversities, you know, there can be more challenges. Sevens can insinuate that there is another obstacle to overcome. And for this, I think it's movement. It feels like things are a little stuck right now for you. But what is this? What can this group 2 expect 7 days from now? Oh, I wondered when he would come out. The Fool was shuffling around in there for you, group 2. So I asked a couple of questions as I shuffled this hand. I asked, what is this? You feel stuck. You feel like you want to move forward, but there's a fear of rocking the boat. There's a fear of arguments. There's a fear of conflict. There's also a fear of involving too many people in the situation. The situation is very well tempered. The energy is incredibly balanced to the point where it's a little still. It's like you've removed yourself from that situation. You're going, well, if they want to argue, they can do that, but I'm going to stand here and push water between these 2 cups. Now, this involves a selfish act. I'm not saying that you're selfish, group 2, but it feels like an offer was intended to be extended and it wasn't. It feels like somebody could have, would have, should have taken a leap of faith, but they didn't. It feels like someone is feeling incredibly sneaky and compromised in terms of their integrity. It feels like the only action forward requires somebody losing something. It feels like there's a lot of fear. There is a lot of fear. And I don't know if it's you, group 2. I think someone around you is wanting to be a part of this change, this movement forward, but they can't. And you're over here chilling in your pool of water with your 2 cups and this glorious sun behind you. You're in your bliss, you're in your happiness, you're embracing each moment for what it is, while this other karmic situation unfolds. It feels like somebody is feeling incredibly foolish because they realize that something that they claimed isn't what they want. Something that they're holding on to isn't actually what they want, and they're not being true to themselves. But removing themselves from this situation will impede on their integrity. It's like a lose-lose situation. Either they act selfishly and they take what they want, or they act foolishly and they live with this lie. Oh, man. How do we get ourselves into these situations? Hey, group 2. So what can group 2 expect 7 days from now? What can group 2 expect 7 days from now? Okay, so you are going to have some sleepless nights, group 2, because your energy is very tethered to this situation. You're trying your best to remove yourself, but you do feel your energy being pulled towards this. They flashed the 9 of Swords to me as a reminder that this situation may not be your karma, you know? While your energy feels pulled towards this, the resolution lies in this person's hands, and you may have sleepless nights where you feel pulled towards the strong emotional ties, because I can't imagine the weight of this decision. But you know, the important thing that we should all remember as humans is that we're not going to make everybody happy. So the least we can do is make ourselves happy, knowing full well that no matter how much we love someone, we aren't able to make them happy. The least we can do is make ourselves happy. And if they care about us enough, they're going to be happy that we're happy, you know? Group 2, though, Spirit, what can they expect 7 days from now? What can they expect 7 days from now? What can they expect 7 days from now? Someone might be trying to come back into your life. Yeah, I think they are. I think someone is trying to come back into your life. There was some sort of false start in your past. This situation is manifesting as a rebirth, a repurposing of old energy, which is also why that temperance is here. This energy is being repurposed. Can I get more though, please? The Magician. Someone is manifesting resolution, despite knowing that they could piss a lot of people off by coming back. There is a strong desire for resolution. And the true inner turmoil doesn't lie within the voices of all these people who may have strong opinions about this situation. The true turmoil lies in the heart of this person, because they aren't being honest to themselves. And they really want resolution. They're manifesting a new opportunity, a rebirth, repurposing of old energy. And I think that you'd be very surprised, because while you have been tempering yourself away from this situation, they have also been holding a lot back from you. And I think that you'd be very surprised to not only see them again, but to hear what they have to say. Can I get more information for group 2? What can they expect in the next 7 days? This person has every desire to rush in. This 8 of Wands was reversed for me, and the Knight of Cups was upright. But both of these cards together, having one of them reversed, regardless of which one it is, they have every desire to rush in, group 2, but they are experiencing delays. They want to say something to you, but they aren't emotionally available right now. And in the next 7 days, you can expect a building of energy. You will feel it, because your energy is tied to this situation, although you don't want it to be. You will feel it, and that is part of the sleepless nights that you'll experience. This situation is gaining momentum, and I would be interested to see what oracle cards you get. I'm pulling from 4 different oracle decks, but I do feel like someone in the next 7 days, their manifestation is becoming stronger, and the most important thing you can do is temper yourself, continue to exercise self-control, understand what you can control, take responsibility for that, and accept what you cannot. Because this situation is unfolding behind the scenes, and that is how it should be. You don't need to take responsibility for other people's actions, thoughts, behaviors, or feelings. What can group 2 expect in the next 7 days? This is beneath the Chariot. I just saw the 9 of Swords again. Someone is very attached to you, group 2, very attached to you. I got that energy from group 1, but theirs was more about a situation. Yours is like a person. Group 2, what can they expect in the next 7 days? Oh, goodness. There's a lot going on in the background. Okay, thank you. Wow, how many times did I shuffle? So the one card that was trying to come out was the 4 of Pentacles, which is ironically about holding on. So this card really didn't want to let go and come out of the deck. This is underneath the Chariot. So this is a stubborn situation. This is a very stubborn situation that you found yourself in. On one hand, there is desire to progress, and on the other hand, there is fear of losing. There is the desire to hold on to what has already been accumulated. There is fear to take action in case that isn't the right decision to make. This person is incredibly logical, and it may be that you're in this situation as well. Often, our energy is mirroring the thing that we are attracting. So what's going on here with the Chariot reversed is there is a desire to move forward, but this individual, whether it's yourself or the person, is unable to control their energy. The Chariot cannot move until you have control over the light and dark aspects of the situation and your energy. This person cannot get a firm grip over their willpower right now. They're still thinking with fear. They're still allowing fear to limit them. And in that sense, this side of their Chariot is stubborn. It doesn't want to move. It's not wanting to progress because fear is creating blockages and limitations. I think that this is somebody who gets quite comfortable in situations. They allow delays to give them more time I don't think that they cope as well with change as they like to think that they do. There's just this feeling as though this is not just a stubborn energy, but quite a fixed energy. They like things. They get used to routine. They get very comfortable with situations. Even if it's complete chaos, it's still familiar, which is actually really sad. But let's move forward. Group 2, what can they expect in the next 7 days, Spirit? What can Group 2 expect in the next 7 days? We have the Two of Swords reversed, so please know that there will be resolution. This situation is secret to you. You're kind of on the outskirts. You're not meant to be involved in this because it's not your burden to bear. But this individual is going to make a decision. They are going to take control over their actions, and they're also going to accept what they cannot control. I don't know why that message is coming through so strongly for us, so strongly as a collective. I think we really need to understand and appreciate what we can and cannot control. But this individual is going to make a decision. They're going to decide to move forward because they can't live like this. They can't live with this much inauthenticity. I think that this is someone who has a lot of integrity, who values honesty, who wants happiness. Like, who doesn't want happiness, But I feel like it's silly for you to have to wait for them to do that, I'm going to get advice for you, but just know that within the next 7 days, while you're doing your beautiful thing over here with your with your 2 cups and I just want to be there. Imagine how cool and refreshing that water is, and sometimes all you need to do is just put that 1 foot in and you feel like your whole body has been rejuvenated. But while you're over here living in this beautiful land of plenty and control and acceptance and understanding, there's so much going on over here, and it is important. The reason why Spirit wants you to understand that is because your main focus for the next 7 days, Group 2, is about temperance, is about understanding what you can and cannot control and taking responsibility of what you can. It's about not letting this situation take from you because it isn't your karma to resolve. So you needed to know this in order to remind yourself what you can control, and you can control your own energy. In the background, there is a rebirth being manifested, but it requires an individual who's strongly linked to your energy, taking control back over their life, and more importantly, taking control over their happiness. They're going to reach a powerful decision at the end of this week, but that doesn't mean that you're going to hear news from them straight away. I feel like it may take time for this individual to fully manifest this opportunity with you. So this is really just a reminder that while you feel like you're stuck, while you feel like not a lot is happening, the counterpart in this situation is actually experiencing a lot of chaos, and you've actually got the more peaceful side of things in terms of this temperance card. You might feel bored, you might feel very stuck, but it's still better than the chaos that this counterpart is experiencing. So bottom deck energy is the Four of Swords reversed. Somebody is very sick and tired of waiting. They don't want to lie down anymore. They've waited too long. And I feel like you're getting very impatient. I feel like you want to act, but again, you don't really know how to. Someone is going to act, but it is important that they don't act from fear, because fear only creates a fearful outcome. So I'm going to get some oracle cards. I'll start with the energy oracle cards. What can Group 2 expect 7 days from now? What can Group 2 expect 7 days from now? Deceit reversed. I wasn't going to read reversals in this deck, but I think that it really matches that Seven of Swords energy, and it's the number 25, which reduces to a 7 as well. So somebody is wanting to be very careful about how they move forward, because they feel like they're going to be lying. Either way, they're creating deceit. And I think that this person is incredibly aware of how this can impact them. I think that they're very aware of the idea of karma. And either they choose to deceive someone else or they continue lying to themselves. It's a horrible situation that they've got themselves in. And really, the 7 days ahead is about trying to come to terms with a path forward, understanding that either way, somebody is going to lose. I'm going to get one more card from this deck. I didn't do that for group 1, but group 2, Spirit. What can they expect 7 days from now? Caring connections. Yeah, it's about rocking the boat for sure. This is so... I can kind of feel it. You know, this is a situation that I'm feeling. It could be a third party, all right? I know I was trying to avoid that word, but what I'm feeling is that whoever is in a union right now isn't satisfied and their heart is elsewhere. They're having to either lie to themselves to make their partner happy, or they're having to tell their partner the truth, which will make them unhappy. And they don't really want to leave that connection in case you aren't reciprocating their feelings, and then they'll end up alone. This person thinks that this is such a big deal, but that's because they're not putting their own needs first. You can never truly be alone if you always have union with yourself, but I don't think this person understands that. They're just seeing their actions, and either way, someone is going to lose, no matter what they do. Bottom deck energy is daughter value, which ironically, for me, it feels like intrinsic value. It's not altruistic, it's not money. This person has to figure out what they want, what means the most to them. The number 31 might be significant for you guys, and we had 14 here, which reduces itself to a 5 and a 4 values. This person has to figure out what they want, what's valuable to them, what can they live with. Actions and behaviors aren't always true reflections of someone's character. Sometimes we have to make some really tricky choices in order to move forward, but sadly... Anyway, just remember that this isn't your cross to bear. I feel like your energy is just entangled in this situation because you are constantly on this person's mind and they are manifesting a rebirth with you. But it's like their manifestation skills are too strong and they feel this rebirth happening before they've closed this door. But that's their karma. That's for them to decide. So group 2, though, what can they expect in the next 7 days, please, Spirit? This person has completely overridden your reading. Like, can we get more information about group 2, please? Like, what's going on for group 2 in the next 7 days? All I got for you was that you're going to be tempered and someone's manifesting a rebirth with you, you know? Like, what's going on for you? What's happening with group 2, Spirit? This is the Work Your Light Oracle cards deck, and it will be linked in the description box. Please, can I get a card for group 2? Please, can I get a card for group 2? Please, can I get a card for group 2? Wow. All right. There's got to be something in here for you, surely. What do you want group 2 to hear? This is insane. All right, I'm taking them. I'm taking them. I don't want to be shuffling for the next year. Oh, wow. Yeah. And now I'm feeling that frustration, that stuck energy. That took ages. So your first card is Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. So it is important that you don't pin all your expectations on this person's decision. You know, continue working for yourself, continue raising your vibration for yourself, continue manifesting your goals for yourself. You deserve happiness, you deserve love. Regardless of who gives it to you or where it comes from, you deserve happiness, you deserve love, and above all, you deserve peace. What an incredibly, this is definitely an entanglement of a situation. And I can feel it just pulling at your energy, but you are rising above it, and your guides are here to help you rise above it. This isn't your karma. This isn't your burden, your cross to bear. Your guide's sole purpose right now is to continue trying to raise your vibration, because whether or not this person's ready, you are, and you are intended to ascend. In this situation, you are attracting exactly what you deserve in the best of ways. And it is kind of helping this person figure their own stuff out. But if they're not ready, that's their loss. Your guides are here to help you ascend and to help you continue to raise your vibration. We have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. I was just talking about guides, and here they are. Look at them watching over you. You may not see them, but they are there every step of the way. And their sole goal is to help you in your journey. And you are doing so well, Group 2. You really are. It isn't easy trying to take the back wheel when you're feeling someone pull you into this situation. But just remember, it isn't your responsibility to heal them and to solve all of their problems. Continue working with your guides. Continue following your path. You are never alone. Helpers in the subtle realms. There could be a lot coming to you via the dreamscape as well. It might be useful for you to journal your dreams before you forget them. There's hidden messages there, apparently. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. And the bottom of this card says, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So really, this is reminding me that everything is happening for a reason. This is unfolding exactly as it was intended to. And although there are still a lot of challenges in the present that need to be resolved, we are only given as much as we can handle. Resolution is coming. And this is divine orchestration. Literally, that was on 2 cards. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine orchestration, divine plan. You are really being looked after. The grandmother of Jesus had to come out and make an appearance, you know, like this is happening for you, not to you. Now, bottom deck energy is share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Make yourself the hero of your own story. This person completely overrid the whole reading, which kind of tells me that your energy is so tethered into the situation. Make yourself the hero of your own story. Take control back over your reality. Continue working on your vibration. This isn't your healing situation. This isn't your karmic situation. This person thinks about you so much so that they've pulled you into this, when actually it isn't your cross to bear. It is time to take control back over what you can control. Share your voice is telling me that you do need to find some way to express yourself. I feel like you are experiencing heavy emotions, particularly when you're alone, maybe just before bed or when you first wake up. There's this feeling as though you have to purge some of the heavier energy that you're carrying with you, finding a healthy outlet for that, a healthy form of expression, so that it doesn't continue to weigh you down. Release that in a healthy way. Now I'm going to get some Moonology cards for you. Group 2, what can they expect in the next 7 days? I don't read reversals in this deck. Well, I don't today. I do, but not today. Group 2, what can they expect in the next 7 days? Okay, it's an interesting way to shuffle cards. All right, we've got 3 again. You guys are so lucky. Group 1 only got 1 card of each deck. Now we have nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, moon, which is kind of telling me that, you know, there's a lot that you're putting into this that you actually shouldn't be, because it isn't your cross to bear. And first of all, that energy isn't actually helping the situation. If anything, it's confusing the situation more. It's almost like if there was a class and you had 3 teachers trying to teach you the one subject, you know, and while they all may be great resources of knowledge, the lesson plan becomes incredibly confusing and the class doesn't know who the hell to watch anymore. and the situation just becomes way more confusing than it should be. There are too many people involved in this situation, and Spirit is asking yourself to rescind your energy, remove your energy. Nothing will come of this situation. If you will control, if you tell yourself, I'm going to take control of this and I'm sick of waiting and I'm going to do, it's not your responsibility. Nothing will come of this situation. And we also have expect powerful change. This is all about surrendering, which interestingly enough, I do have a blog about this on my website and you guys might benefit from it. It certainly was helpful for group 1, but for you, your main message is really temperance, reminding yourself what you can and cannot control and taking responsibility for what you can. And by doing this, you can expect powerful change. You've got the Magician and the Ace of Wands here. There are a lot of things happening in the background. You might feel like you're here in the middle of this black moon, but around you, there is so much light. There is so much happening. We have hold your vision. Surrendering isn't about giving up. It is about refocusing your energy onto the other areas of your life that are lacking. You will still be able to manifest happiness and love into your life, but it is important that you refocus your energy onto the things you can control instead of the things that you cannot. Otherwise, nothing will come of this situation. All you're doing is stressing yourself out and creating more fear and limitations. Work through your fear is your bottom deck energy in the Moonology deck. New moon in Scorpio. You are going to have some powerful new beginning, but it requires you surrendering to the situation that you cannot control. Can I get one more card for group 2, please? What can they expect 7 days from now? You have Spirit of Place, which is a 4. A 4 is kind of giving me that control feeling again. I'm just going to lay them all out, though. I try to read these cards intuitively. There is a guidebook, but I'm a little bit stubborn like that. We have Stormfields as well. I didn't show you this card, sorry. So Spirit of Place, which is giving me a very fixed energy again. We have Stormfields, the number 9. This may mean that you are required to do some more introspective work. It isn't about collaborating. It's about solving your own problems. It's about going within, knowing that you have all the answers you need. You may not have everything that you want, but you certainly have what you need already. You will overcome this storm. It's almost like you're at a distance watching this storm unfold. Don't run towards it, okay? You're not able to save anyone. The best thing that you can do is save yourself. Don't run towards the storm. We're having Ride the Wave, which, this is a number 14, so it's quite beautiful. It's also the number of temperance. So allowing the situation to unfold unnaturally, why did I say that? That's interesting. Allowing this situation to unfold naturally, again, being mindful of what you can and cannot control with that temperance card. This is coming through again in this deck, which is interesting. Spirit of Place, though, I'm feeling a fixed energy. I'm feeling someone seeking wisdom, someone wanting more, someone going to a quiet place to get more information. And I don't think, you have so many guides around you, group 2. If you feel like you need more information, perhaps you need this quiet space to absorb the information that's around you, because Spirit is indicating that you have all the information that you need already. Perhaps you just need to be still enough to absorb it and going to a place where you feel safe and able to have this still moment. Bottom deck energy is education. So there is some information that has been trying to reveal itself to you. I'm seeing all the moons in these cards. There's a moon in this one. There is information that has been trying to reveal itself to you that you haven't been able to grasp yet. I think you might need a still and quiet place to fully absorb that information. But the real message that's coming through here is that temperance energy. Ride the wave. Don't run towards the storm. Accept responsibility of what you can control and release what you cannot. So group 2, that is what I'm seeing for you in terms of the week ahead. I hope that was informative. Just take what resonates and don't let the rest take from you. Sending you lots of love and light on your week ahead. and I'll see you in another video. Bye! Hi group 3 and welcome. If you chose this dark green little cutie of a cacti, then this is going to be your reading. So today we are asking Spirit, 7 days from now, what can we expect? I think this could be a very powerful reading for us as a collective. It might be very useful to know what lies very near into the future, but I think it could also give us the opportunity to change that outcome if we so choose to. 7 days is actually a significant amount of time. You can do a lot in 7 days, so I think this could be quite good for us as a little community. I'm going to get some tarot for you. 7 days from now, group 3, what can they expect, Spirit? 7 days from now, what can group 3 expect? Oh, okay, we've got a card. We've got a couple of cards for you. So we have 2 Pentacles cards reversed. We have the 7 and the 8 of Pentacles. Now, group 3, I completely zoned out while I was shuffling this, so that's quite rare. I don't know what's going on for you, but I feel like you're a little bit distracted. You're not really putting as much effort into something as you could be. What's happening? 7 days from now, what can group 3 expect? We have the 2 of Cups sliding on out. Interesting. It could mean friendship. I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet. We'll see what else comes out. But we also have the Death card here for you guys as well. And that is interestingly upright. There's a lot of water here. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so group 3, what's happening for you is you could be putting more effort in at work. You could be putting more effort into your health situation, perhaps going to the gym more, doing that exercise as much as you want. You could be studying, but you're not, because your heart is pulling you towards this situation. Your heart is incredibly in control right now, to the point where you're feeling incredibly detached from your present situation. There is this desire for union. There's this desire of getting closer to someone or something. It's quite an emotional situation, and I think it's been a long time coming, to the point where you're struggling to ground yourself in your present. You're feeling incredibly pulled towards this situation. The Death card is a little bit of cause for concern for me personally, not for you, because I'm interpreting it as an ending, but actually it could be a rebirth. It could be that this individual is resurfacing into your life to offer a new beginning of some sorts, but you can't deny that the Death card, in order for this beginning to happen, something has to end. Something has to end first. Perhaps it's about not repeating the same mistakes as your past. Perhaps it's about purging old energy that is tainting your heart space. Perhaps it's about letting go of something in general that is not serving you. Spirit is indicating that something has to leave your life in order for this to come in, because when it comes in, it feels compromised. This person's wanting your cup, but you're almost hesitating. There's something holding you back. You're telling yourself you're not ready. You're telling yourself that this may not be what you deserve. You're telling yourself that you want this, but something is causing you to hesitate. What can group 3 expect 7 days from now, Spirit? What can group 3 expect 7 days from now? The King of Wands. Ooh. Oh, wow. That was exciting. Okay, so I'm just a giggling mess. Wow, this is a charismatic individual. This is someone who is incredibly interested in you. This is someone who is wanting to get to know you better, wanting to make you laugh. This is an incredibly distracting person. No wonder they're making it difficult for you to focus on your situation. Also, side note, you are doing that to this person. This person is incredibly distracted in their current situation. They are unable to continue putting effort into their life in the way that they choose to, because when they try to, their mind drifts back to you. They're sort of their job's telling them, you got to have these 8 pentacles finished by the end of the day. And they're like, yeah, all right. And then they're finding their mind wandering over you. They're finding themselves searching for you, whether that's mental or whether they have pictures of you. They're just constantly thinking and desiring you. Group 3, 7 days from now. We have the Fool card, who's turned the King of Wands upside down, which is interesting. I think that you've created a very passionate situation here, Group 3. Someone is feeling incredibly foolish and excited at the same time. Someone has been, so someone has been planning this, and it's starting to come into fruition. You don't see it coming though. You're just out here doing your own thing, trying to stay present but struggling. And this is happening. This is really coming forward. I feel like it's been a long time coming. I feel like some of you have been staring at these 7 pentacles, waiting for them to grow. Like, are you serious? Surely that's big enough. I don't need them to be huge. Like, you don't have to be perfect. I'm ready. And it's like, this has been a part of a plan. Someone has planned for this. It might be you, but I don't think it is. For some of you, it's your guides. Your guides have been planning this, and they've been trying to keep you on track so that you can continue along this plan. But for others of you, this individual has been waiting for this opportunity to resurface or to present themselves to you. Some of you may be able to expect an apology from this situation, but just know that it's taken a lot of courage. This is a decision that has caused this person to feel very foolish at times, and they've had doubts. They've thought to themselves, am I an idiot for doing this? Because it could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong. I could be horribly rejected, but I'm going to do it anyway because I can't focus on anything else, which is very beautiful. Can I get some more cards? 3 weeks from now. Why did I say that? Maybe it's 3 weeks for some of you. 7 days from now. Group 3 spirit. What can they expect 7 days from now? 7 days. 7 days. Oops. Wow. You know what I just saw? The wheel. The Wheel of Fortune. It was reversed for me though. Oh, I see why. Because it was beneath the 2 of Cups. And remember, this is somebody who's hesitating. This is somebody who's going, oh, I don't know if I'm ready. Actually, this isn't happening exactly as I imagined it in my dream 4 years ago. Like, someone is overthinking this situation. Sweetheart, you're ready. You're ready for your divine counterpart. This may not be a fairy tale moment, but it is unfolding exactly as it is intended to. Now, this isn't going to kick off immediately. I just want to say that the Wheel of Fortune reversed means that the divine is putting delays in. You might be wanting to jump into this and merge your lives completely from the moment that you are able to be together. But this is a compromised union. The desire to make this work is mutual. The desire to make room for each other in each other's lives is mutual. However, compromise is required. And the 2 of Cups is about taking it slow, establishing an emotional foundation and connection first. It could indicate that for the first part of this union, it might be easier to maintain a solid friendship first. It might be easier to offer emotional support to this individual. There is some sort of purging that still needs to continue before this union can be integrated fully. It's almost like the 2 of you are given this opportunity to reconnect. However, it isn't exactly how you were intending it to be. Know that that isn't a sign that it is not meant to be. It is a sign that the 2 of you are meant to reconnect, but you're just meant to take it slowly, okay? Which is probably why the 3 weeks business came to mind, because although in the next 7 days it appears that most of you are going to be reconnecting with a powerful soulmate kind of person, it isn't going to completely all click into place as you had hoped for. It is going to require compromise. It is going to require patience and understanding for each other's separate individual situations. And you're going to have to appreciate that the two of you, yes, you're counterparts. Yes, you are intended to be together in this way. However, it's going to take a little bit more time. There is something else that needs to be purged from this situation before this union can occur fully. So group 3 spirit, what can they expect 7 days from now? Interesting. So I just saw the Empress. Now we had the Emperor down the bottom here. So this is an incredible union, group 3. This is someone who is intended to inspire creativity and fertility in your life, and you are meant to do that for them. They are someone who wants to take care of you, who wants to play on your strengths, who wants to value you and appreciate you for who you are. This is someone who may not have been very involved in your story, but when they entered your life, they instigated a lot of growth and a lot of change, and you have a lot of appreciation for them. They feel as though they owe you an apology. The Page of Cups is here to say that you shouldn't focus on the heavy stuff. When the two of you have the opportunity to be together, you should be focusing on the fun times together, on the present, keeping it lighthearted, not really getting too heavy. Because I think that with this Death card, there is still definitely something that needs to end. And your bottom deck energy was the 3 of Swords upright. So this is very fresh pain. This could be a third-party situation, but that isn't playing into the cards. It's just important to understand that one of you, or perhaps both of you, still has a bit of healing to do, and they're not as emotionally ready for this as they want to be. They still have to kind of solve some of their other crises going on in the background. But while they're doing that, I think it's safe for you to maintain this friendship and to allow this friendship to grow from the Page into the Knight of Cups. There is the intention to create a more romantic connection here, to share romantic feelings and to allow these feelings to develop naturally from this friendship to the Page. The Page isn't all fun and games. The Page flirts like hell. The Page is a very curious, affectionate sort of person, and then it develops into this Knight of Cups character where the romantic feelings deepen and the gestures become more emotionally reflective, in terms of, instead of just hugging, this person might present a gift the next time they see you. It just becomes, it deepens naturally, is the energy that I'm getting. So there is this strong warning not to sort of rush into this. I feel like you're going to have the opportunity to reconnect with someone. It does, to me, feel like someone from your past. It may not. It could just be a powerful soulmate coming into your life for the first time, and it may feel like this timing isn't right, but you are meant to meet them when you do. Nothing happens as a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. This situation, we have the Hanged Man reversed with the Page of Wands. There is frustration here. There's desire to there's some sexual desire here. Side note, this is my masturbation card, the Page of Wands. So somebody has been thinking a lot about the other person. But what I'm really feeling here is that there's desire to express, there's desire to explore, there's a desire to grow and to foster this. Somebody wants to express every avenue of this, not just emotional, but yes, physical. There's the creative energy linked to this connection, a source of creativity almost, as if you're a muse or vice versa. And they're feeling stunted, they're feeling limited, they're feeling as though they need more time. Someone thinks they need more time. Someone is saying that, yes, they may have all the information they need, but they're still not ready. They're still not ready to move forward yet. And this is a Pisces card, the Hanged Man. We have Scorpio here with the Death. So I'm just feeling like there's a little bit of, someone is not yet emotionally available. Someone is still trying to heal. They know what they want. The desire is there, and they really think that you're incredible. They don't want to lose you. There's recognition here. With that Two of Cups, there's a soul recognition. However, they're telling themselves that actually they're not ready yet to leave this pole of safety. They're not quite ready yet to lose control to the situation. They're really holding on to what they do have. And there's something about you that makes them feel out of control as well, group 3. Whether you know this person yet or not, they feel like you could really just cause them to lose a lot of control that they've been holding on to for the last couple of, ever since this pain. And it feels fresh. They may have just recently left a connection. That could be what it is. They just have some pain in their heart that is quite fresh that they need to heal. And it could be that you've done that, perhaps. But when this situation comes, the main messages that are coming through, personally, what I'm perceiving is to take it slow. There's no need to rush into this. You've been waiting for this for quite some time. However, just because it's coming at a time when you're perhaps least expecting it, or there seems to be a lot of obstacles and compromises, doesn't mean that it didn't happen exactly as it was intended to, because it is 100%. Now I'm going to get your first set of oracle cards. I was only intending on getting 1 for each group, but group 2 got about 3 from each deck. So we'll see what comes out for you, group 3. 7 days from now, what can group 3 expect, Spirit? We have second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So this is a very passionate chakra. This is right below your sort of belly button region. I always say, if you're a woman, it's your ovaries. If you're a male, it's your testicles. But regardless of gender, this is the chakra of like creativity and passion, essentially. You can't really move forward until you have that passionate purpose, that passionate desire to do so. And that is what is happening here. Almost frustratingly, this is someone who's stirring passion within you, and someone who's incredibly passionate about you. There could be a sexual union as well. I'll throw that in there. I'm not really feeling it for a lot of you. It could be for some of you. But that might be why Spirit is saying, take your time. Don't rush into this now. But the next 7 days, you can expect your second chakra to be on fire. There's this passionate energy within you that's been awoken. We have strategy. So it's reversed because there are delays. Somebody is planning something, and I feel like it is happening. It's just not happening exactly as it was intended to happen. So some of these plans have slightly changed. Something is coming forward in a way that you weren't expecting it to, which is why it feels like it isn't right with this Wheel of Fortune. But remember, everything happens for a reason. Bottom deck energy is blossoming abundance. This is a much bigger deal than you perceive it to be. This situation can offer you a lot of abundance. It's in its early stages, though, blossoming. Just like that Empress energy, this situation could create a lot of fertility, a lot of growth, a lot of opportunity. Something still needs to naturally heal, though. Group 3, what can they expect in the next 7 days? I keep wanting to say 3 weeks and 3 days for you. So I don't know. 3 is significant for you. We have 3 here. 21 reduces to 3. We have 36 over here, and blossoming abundance was the number 3 as well. So that is incredibly significant. And we have the 3 of Swords as your bottom deck energy. Woo, my throat just decided to close. All right, group 3, what can they expect 7 days from now? All the decks are listed in the description box as well. You have Stormfields, group 3. Now this came out for group 2 as well. That's your only card, though. Group 3, what I'm feeling is that it's almost like you're anticipating a storm. It's almost like you're watching this storm happen, and you're like, yeah, I knew it. Like, you were feeling this change in the air. You were feeling the temperature change. You were feeling the pressure drop. You felt it building. It's not surprising for you. This is something that would terrify other people. This is something that would be like, oh my God, what? A tornado? Like, quick, everyone get in. And you're already in there. You're in the bunker. You've got your 7 days worth of food. You've got your supplies. You've got the radio, you've got your torch. You know exactly what to do. It's almost like you've been foreseeing this. You've been planning for this. I'm not surprised. For whatever reason, this card isn't scaring me. I feel like I was expecting this change. Whereas someone else in this equation is a bit nervous. That's an understatement. This person is incredibly nervous. They're very much terrified for the impacts that this storm could offer. They're seeing this as a worst case scenario, you know? They're trying to stay positive. They're trying to be optimistic, but they are envisioning the worst case scenario. So just continue with that positive, optimistic point of view. There is change coming, but I feel like you already know this. You were expecting this. You're safe. You're like, I was ready for this. I know what's going to happen. Someone, on the other hand, this person who's taking this leap is incredibly afraid. They're feeling butterflies. They're feeling, oh, I'm feeling butterflies. They're very nervous, but still very excited, which is the main thing that's prompting them to do this. Bottom deck energy is magic stream, which is beautiful imagery. Group 3, have a look at that. This is another 9. This is intuitive. This is giving me moon vibes, and there is a moon at the top there. There is so much magic in the air around you. I feel like the stream is flowing into this situation, revealing a lot of truths, revealing a lot of emotion as well. Some emotion that has needed to be released. The moon can sometimes indicate secrets, and I feel like this magic stream is flowing to create clarity and also to spin this situation, because it hasn't been given the opportunity yet. I feel like this wheel, although it feels unfortunate, it's actually exactly what this situation needed. Someone in particular is looking at this like, oh no, why did this have to happen now? Like, I'm not ready. But the other person is like, it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. We got this. There's no need to rush. This has happened for a reason. And that's the beauty of this situation. That's the magic of this situation, is there is a lot of opportunity coming. And I feel like there's some secrets that can be revealed, emotion that can be shared. There's definitely a purging feeling here. I really feel like almost like ripping the cap off a bottle of fizzy that's been shaken up, like carbonated water is just being spewed into this. It could have been said in a nicer way, but it just feels like something needs an outlet. This has been building for way too long. All right, so we're going to go to the Moonology cards now. There's another card in here. I'll put that back. All right, Moonology cards. What can Group 3 expect in the next 7 days? Wow, that was quick. So first of all, you've got, this might be my pile. You've got 2 Capricorn cards. So welcome if you have Capricorn in your chart. Like me, I have a lot of Capricorn. You've got the new moon and the full moon. So first of all, I'm going to read the full moon. It's important that you know, Group 3, that the end of a tough cycle approaches. And that is, I mean, you had the King and the Queen of Wands, the Emperor and the Empress come through, and then you had the Page and the Knight of Cups. This situation, I mean, wow, it's significant, and I feel like a lot of you have been preempting this. A lot of you have predicted this for yourself. I'm going to show it to you again. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. I really don't want to over-explain these cards. The message feels incredibly clear to me. The best thing that you can do is to continue to stay present, Group 3, because you have an uncanny ability to daydream and to incorporate your daydreams into everything that you do. But it is important that you continue to stay present, because that is not only going to help you get things done in your present, but it's also going to help distract you from the fear, because your counterpart in this situation has a lot of fear, and they daydream about this situation with optimism, but naturally that daydream sometimes tips into the pessimism as well, and they are very afraid of failure. So by being practical and by staying present, you're actually harnessing proactive, positive energy into the situation, where your person is incredibly, they're just wrapped up in their fantasies right now and really hoping for the best. Now, your other Capricorn card was the full moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. This has been a very long time coming for most of you. Capricorns, we're slow-moving people. We don't rush into relationships. We choose our partners carefully. We don't do anything. We don't ask anyone to do anything that we wouldn't do for ourselves, if that makes sense. We're very self-sufficient, independent people who like to take care of our own issues. But in doing that, we sometimes become distracted by our own issues, by our routines, by our careers, by our health. We get distracted, and we sometimes put our needs on the back burner. So your hard work is paying off. This has been a long time coming for a lot of you. Whether you're a Capricorn or not, this is something that you've been wanting and waiting for a very long time. Bottom deck energy is work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Stay present, be proactive, and try to bring happiness into every situation. I just recently released a blog about the art of surrendering, because a lot of people have reached out to me about how they can surrender. And that blog for me has been something that I've been personally working on for at least, like in terms of proactively, the last year. Surrendering is not a final destination situation. It requires constant reviewing and monitoring. And I think that blog might be useful for you guys as well, although you already seem to be able to do a lot of this for yourself, Group 3. It is important that you continue to work through your fears by being proactive, focusing on what you can control and releasing what you cannot. Understanding that everything happens for a reason as well. Please don't limit the potential of this situation by saying that it wasn't a right time situation. It is all happening as it is intended to. Now, Group 3 Spirit, this is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. All cards will be listed in the description box below though. What can Group 3 expect 7 days from now? You got one card. Birthing a new age. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you, Group 3. Oh, I love this card so much. Oh, it's so beautiful. Perhaps I should show it to you now. This is such a beautiful card, Group 3. Birthing a new age. Oh my gosh. And look at this beautiful being just standing in the middle of these beautiful stone circles, allowing love and light to just stream through her. That is what we talk about when we say, I'm sharing love and light. It's not about giving, it's also about allowing yourself to be open to receive it as well. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. You have some powerful change coming to you, and you've been expecting it for a long time, Group 3. I'm so excited for you. Bottom deck energy is transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. This is incredibly powerful, and you absolutely deserve it. It has been a long time coming. I think that you can expect powerful change within the next 7 days, but I firmly believe that this situation is asking for you to have patience with yourself, to take it slow with this person. Once they re-enter your life, please don't feel like you need to rush everything or you're going to lose them again. I don't know why I said again. This is a new person for a lot of you as well. This is someone who feels familiar on a soul level, but it's important that you allow this situation to unfold naturally. Don't feel rushed, but remind yourself everything happens for a reason. The timing is just right. Oh, I'm excited for you, Group 3. I hope that was informative. As I said at the beginning, this can help us to change the outcome if we want to, but I don't know why you would want to. This is incredibly beautiful. So stay safe, Group 3. Look after yourself, and I will see you in another reading. Bye.